Next on ABC7's Good Morning El Paso weekend, more recovery in West Virginia this morning, as fast-moving floodwaters make this one of the deadliest instances in years. And with the Brexit vote still sending shockwaves around the world, millions more now asking for a do-over. And a Borderland church seeing regular desecration of their sacred spaces, trying to come together to unite against the vandalism. And a storm track weather, Stephen.
Showers and storms will be developing this afternoon and become widespread once again. I'll talk about the very latest coming up.
This is all the news you need to start your Sunday, June 26th. ABC7's Good Morning El Paso weekend starts right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC7's Good Morning El Paso weekend.
Well, good morning, El Paso, and thank you for joining us. I'm Andrew J. Polk. Getting straight to your storm track weather now. Let's get your first forecast with meteorologist Stephen Decatur. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Andrew. Things are already a little active on the radar. There's plenty of showers around this morning, some wet weather developing off towards the east as well. So here's a close look at what we're watching this morning. You can see showers continuing to push westward from thunderstorms that were with us yesterday, continuing to fall apart and push westward. TRC seeing some light rain this morning back along I-10 as well, just past the Deming, closer to the Arizona border. And then we even have storms developing back towards the Roswell area. So some thunderstorms already beginning to fire. So again, wet weather is going to be developing this afternoon. Not everyone's going to see the rain, but again, lots of thunderstorms developing, and that's all really because of those dew points. They're in the 50s this morning, middle 50s, which is relatively high, and that's what's feeding these afternoon thunderstorms as they do develop. So I'm going to be talking about those storms in a little bit. I'll show you the future track model, and we'll show you exactly what we are expecting, and we have some cooler temperatures in the forecast. That's all coming up.
All right, thanks, Stephen. Check back in just a bit. In the meantime, though, a man is in jail this morning charged with manslaughter. Horizon police say 20-year-old Oscar Armando Munoz is facing charges in the connection with the death of 21-year-old David Adrian Hernandez. Police say they received a suspicious call Saturday morning around 4 from a person claiming they were assaulted. When officers arrived on the 700 block of Maravilla Street, they found Hernandez, who was unconscious at the time. Hernandez was taken to Del Sol Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. Munoz was taken to the El Paso County Jail under a $100,000 bond. And new information this morning, we're learning more about the small aircraft that crashed in the Rio Grande yesterday. The aircraft is registered to the West Mesa Flying Association out of Mesilla Park. The plane went down on the river west of New Mexico State Road 28. That's in the area of Tortugas, south of Mesilla. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating the cause of the crash. This is video from our New Mexico mobile newsroom. You can see that plane in the water. The witness tells us the plane went down Saturday morning. Police say there were 2 occupants inside the plane, but they were not there when first responders arrived. New Mexico State Police say a Good Samaritan took them to Memorial Medical Center in Las Cruces. They were then transferred to UMC here in El Paso. No word yet on what their condition is at this time. And people in West Virginia are recovering from the worst flooding in a lifetime. The fast-moving floodwaters are responsible for at least 24 deaths, including flooded and destroyed homes, making this the deadliest U.S. flash flooding since May of 2010. Those floods have also caused crumbled roads in other parts of West Virginia, as you see here. One man says he had to quickly move his family to the 2nd floor as the waters rose.
And we were in extreme danger, and all I could do was just to get my family to the 2nd floor and hope that the foundation and structure of this house was strong enough to withstand the storm. I actually worried that it might shift off the foundation, but it did not.
Thank gosh.
Thank God.
Governor Earl Ray Tomblin declared states of emergency for more than 40 counties earlier in the week and activated 200 National Guard members to assist first responders with rescue efforts. And a fast-moving wildfire in Southern California has turned deadly. Officials say 2 people are dead and possible human remains were found Saturday afternoon. A sheriff spokesman says that since the remains are so badly burned, a forensic investigation will be needed to determine if there are human or animal bones. The fire in Kern County scorched more than 35,000 acres and has destroyed 150 homes. It's currently 0% contained, and firefighters say it's not an easy blaze to fight. Let's look at some of the damage. The fire is threatening at least 2,500 more homes.
Bigger than we've seen in a long time with the rainfall that we've had over this last year has been greater than that than we've had for the last 5 years. We had a wind event that was unprecedented. We had temperatures that were extreme, and then we had limited firefighters There's only so many firefighters you can put in the area, but the fire just continued to jump and jump and jump, and we were just throwing as many resources as we could in the areas that we could, and we just had to continue to just move them forward to try to get to the head of the fire. We're doing the best we possibly can.
The local sheriff says some people may not have been able to evacuate in time, so his deputies will be searching for more victims in gutted homes. And still no arrests in a shooting at a dance studio in Fort Worth, Texas. This morning, officers say they believe the shooting was the result of gang activity. It all happened yesterday morning and left 2 people dead and at least 5 others injured. One of the victims just 19 years old. Police say it was an unauthorized event, and the owner of the studio didn't even know the group was there. It's unknown at this time how many people were at the event or if there were more than one person who exchanged gunfire. In the United Kingdom, it's gone from Brexit to Regrexit. An online petition demanding a second referendum on Britain's decision to leave the European Union has now passed 3 million signatures. The number takes it well over the 100,000 signature threshold needed to force a debate on the issue by members of Parliament. The rush to sign the petition caused the website to crash temporarily due to the high volume of traffic. Ben Howlett, a Conservative member of Parliament, confirmed on Twitter that the petition would be discussed by the House of Commons Petitions Select Committee on Tuesday. For many Catholic parishioners, it's a sacred place where people can go in peace and in prayer. But now a Vado church is seeing vandalism every week. One act of vandalism so bad the church has held a special mass for prayer. ABC 7's Julio Cesar Chavez was there yesterday afternoon. He has more.
3 times in the last month, San Pedro parishioners have found their church vandalized. Although most things have been repaired, the damage extended beyond the physical. Windows shattered, doors kicked down, signs of the break-ins still visible. But the worst happened last week when parishioners at the San Pedro Mission found the Eucharist, the body of Christ in Catholic faith, thrown down around the temple and stepped on.
La Eucaristía estaba esparciada por todo lo que es el piso, es el altar.
She says the Eucharist was spread all over the floor and the altar. Someone had broken in through an old window and busted through a wall to get inside the sanctuary itself to damage the Eucharist. A sin so great it took Las Cruces Bishop Oscar Cantu to rededicate the church. He held a mass to help pray for those responsible to come forward. As severe as this was, the parish priest believes it's only been a few people lashing out.
Quiero presumir que son actos aislados.
He says he wants to believe they've been isolated incidents with no larger underlying cause. Even as an isolated incident, the past month has left its marks.
Nos han lastimado.
She says the desecrations have hurt them. The community is in pain and spiritually wounded after the sacrilege. And now the parish is reaching out to the community, asking for funds to help repair the damage and help keeping the church safe.
If anybody has a security system business, a donation would be very well appreciated, or just cash donation.
In the end, some parishioners say it's given them a unique chance to bring them together.
More community involvement, the better the community, we can serve the community, help the community.
If you would like to help or donate to the church, the Las Cruces Diocese is asking that you contact Susan Roberts at 525-523-7577. Back to you.
And that was Julio Cesar Chavez reporting. And it's the first ever summit to bring awareness to those with disabilities. Yesterday, the city of El Paso teamed up with several agencies to hold an accessibility summit. The goal is to help find ways to help the needs of people with disabilities. Some of the groups on hand provide support for the blind, others are disability rights advocates. They all gathered to identify areas that need more accessibility. Business owners themselves were invited to provide input and share ideas.
That we're trying to be proactive now in listening to what our needs are in our community, and this is just the first step in that, in coming together, informing, educating ourselves, and trying to inspire everyone to go out there and make a difference in everyone's lives by making a difference in how we make our businesses more accessible, our sidewalks more accessible, every building, every area that should be accessible to someone with a disability.
They identified many places in El Paso where accessibility is lacking, whether it's missing sidewalks or a ramp. The public is urged to report these problem areas. To contact the Office of Accessibility and ADA, you can call the number there on the bottom of your screen, 915-212-3005. And he's a teacher, detective, and now Officer of the Year. Detective Michael Amon has been named by the 2016 Officer of the Year by the El Paso chapter. He's been a member of the El Paso Police Department for 18 years now. He's attended UTEP, where he also worked as a language teacher. Aman has worked for over 50 murder investigations and serves as the lead cold case investigator for the El Paso Police Department. ABC7 is told Aman is respected highly among his peers and has a great work ethic, is honest and loyal, and shows an extremely high level of professionalism. Congratulations. And helping a brother in need. Yesterday, a group of veterans with the American Legion Riders spent the day helping a disabled veteran. The group helped the man with chores around the house like yard work and maintenance. They even helped by repairing an air conditioning unit. One man shared just how much the act of kindness meant to him.
What they've done today is just absolutely humbling. It's touching. I spent 30 minutes trying not to cry. I'm just very touched by what they've come to do.
The group's reasoning for helping veterans is they say they are their brother's keeper and they like to pay things forward. Their hope is that it will inspire others to help those in need. And the Camino Real Regional Utility Authority is facing intense criticism. According to our news partners at the El Paso Inc., until recently, 21,000 customers were drinking water that exceeded the federally allowed arsenic levels. According to a recent report, the utility company didn't call attention to the problem or alert customers about the risks until April. In May, the executive director reported the arsenic was brought below federal levels. El Paso Inc. looks into the future plans of the Camino Real Regional Utility to fix internal problems within the company. To read more on this report, pick up your copy of the El Paso Inc. Other stories this week include a local design firm has won a big advertising award, bringing national attention to El Paso. And veterans thank the outgoing head of the El Paso VA for lowering wait times. El Paso Inc. is online at PasoInc.com and available for home and business delivery. Call the number there at the bottom of your screen, 534-4422, to subscribe. And we have a traffic alert to remind you about this week. The closure of the left lane on I-10 East will resume at 9 a.m. Monday. It will be closed between the Buena Vista overpass and the Executive overpass. The lanes will reopen at 4 in the afternoon. The closure is so crews can repair worn sections of the shoulder lane. And keeping the tradition alive. Coming up, the unique creations that were put to the test in the float down the Rio Grande. And later, it's not just West Virginia dealing with dangerous weather. The battle western states are desperately trying to fight off once again. It is 8:12 right now. Taking a live look at traffic this morning. I-10 in Porfirio Diaz, then I-10 in Prospect near downtown. Few vehicles out there. There's a few cars and trucks out there on the road for the start of your Sunday morning. Traffic moving along just fine for now. No major problems to report and conditions are clear. In the storm track weather, Stephen.
Showers across New Mexico this morning. I'll take a closer look and what we can expect for the remainder of this weekend coming up.
You're watching ABC7, where news comes first.